Hello and welcome back to my series of videos on the game Seven Wonders. Today I'm going to talk about the guild cards. The guild cards are unique to Age 3 and you shuffle a number of them into the Age 3 deck based on the number of players. So with 3 players you would shuffle in 5, 4 players 6, 5 players 7, 6 players 8, and 7 players 9. I'm going to actually go through those 9 cards a little bit here. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Builder's Guild. You gain 1 victory point for every wonder stage both you and your neighbor have built by the end of the game. Then there's the Craftsman Guild. The Craftsman Guild allows you to gain 2 victory points for every gray card your neighbors have built by the end of the game. You can see they have a pretty steep cost, so keep that in mind when you go to purchase these. The Magistrates Guild, that allows you to gain 1 victory point for each blue card present in your neighbor's cities. Then there's the Philosopher's Guild. The Philosopher's Guild allows you to gain 1 victory point for each green card present in your neighboring cities. Then there's the Scientist Guild. That's kind of exactly what you think it would be. The player gains an extra science symbol of his or her choice. This is chosen at the end of the game when scoring. Ship Owners Guild. Gain 1 victory point for each brown, gray, and purple card in your city. This card counts towards the total. Spies Guild. Spies Guild, you gain 1 victory point for each red card present in both neighboring cities. The Strategist Guild, gain 1 victory point for each defeat token present in neighboring cities. And the Traders Guild, 1 victory point for each yellow card in neighboring cities. And the Workers Guild, gain 1 victory point for each brown card present in the neighboring cities. So the challenge here is you might not necessarily know which ones are in there, so to rely on that science one could be challenging to know to build extra yellow cards or to be watching for what your neighbors are building. You really won't know to the Age 3. So it's kind of one of those things you gotta somewhat kind of be paying attention to what your neighbors have been putting out and playing, so you know which one of these cards will score the most points. I've actually been able to buy these in the past, and then my neighbors didn't have those cards out, so it didn't really help me a whole lot, especially for the amount of resources you spend to be able to have these. So those are the guild cards, and they do go into Age 3, so you generally get about 1 crack of 2 at these each time you play. Alright, well, thanks for joining me.